And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Starting off with the hazardous weather graphic. Moisture coming in to the northwest interior. We've got blizzard warnings out in the red shaded areas here for the western Brooks Range, central and western North Slope and Arctic coast. Eastern Arctic coast blizzard warning out, and then winter weather advisories here for the Yukon Delta on up to north of McGrath there, actually into the Kobuk Valley and inland areas of the Seward Peninsula there. And also a winter weather advisory here for the eastern part of the state, upper Tanana Valley 40-mile country there, as well as the Alaska Range, and a high wind warning out for tonight for northeast Prince William Sound for northeast winds gusting possibly as high as 75 miles per hour. And from there, we will go to satellite imagery. Here's a big mass of clouds here associated with the moisture, actually a warm front that's coming east-northeastward here with the main energy back in the Russian Far East there. Milder conditions as far as wind and precipitation go. Actually, you could say dry conditions down here over the Aleutians. Narrow band of snow here extended from the Bering Strait right on down along the southwest coast to the Alaska Peninsula with gusty northwest winds and again snow falling in areas there. Otherwise fair across southern Alaska. Northwest winds pretty gusty here coming across Kodiak Island. Seward seeing gusts anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour to the north today, and about 30 to 35 miles an hour in Cook Inlet, but winds gusting as high as 60 miles per hour or better at Valdez today, and pretty breezy conditions in the Copper River Basin areas in the southeast coast. Had rain and snow showers scattered across the area, mostly over the central and southern areas with increasing north winds and colder air riding in on those north winds in the northern Lynn Canal area and Glacier Bay. On the chart, again, mixture of precipitation here across the Panhandle this afternoon with some light snow on the eastern North Gulf Coast. Also some light snow here banked up along and to the north of the central and eastern Alaska Range. There's most of that light snow pattern over in the Yukon. High pressure up here over the Brooks Range, and fair conditions with cold temperatures from the Arctic coast here all the way down into Kodiak Island. Highs in the 20s there at the Kodiak State Airport, upper 20s, and cold conditions here across south central Alaska into the Copper River Basin. Dry except for this band of light snow here along the southwest coast. Dry for the Aleutians with light winds here. And out here, this is on the northwest side of this high, broad area southwest flow here, pushing that warm front northeastward. That's going to take a turn to the east tonight, slipping up and over the top of this ridge here to the south, and that'll spread snow and rain, or snow and wind, not rain, snow and wind, in fact, strong winds for the northwest coast there into the Bering Strait areas with snow as far south as Yukon Delta. Increasing clouds into the central interior. High pressure starting to slip off east of the border toward morning, but still keeping control over the eastern part of the state with strong gusty winds for the North Gulf Coast and all the way into the northern Panhandle, seeing those winds increase with drier conditions there with the showers mostly over. And tomorrow showers will be over, a lot of sunshine, colder temperatures blowing in from the northeast here over the northern Panhandle, all the way down in toward Dixon Entrance. Otherwise, winter storm warnings, as we saw, blizzard warnings and winter weather advisories here as this warm front pushes snow and strong winds into the northwest part of the state to the central Arctic coast. High pressure holding there near the central Aleutians keeps all this moisture back to the west here and directs it up to the north and then east-northeastward over the top of the high. And dry conditions again continue tomorrow and into Wednesday. Big difference being a lot less in the way of wind for the North Gulf Coast. Still very windy over the Panhandle. You can see a very tight gradient there, but conditions dry, but temperatures cold. And snow and blowing snow not as severe as tomorrow here, especially back to the west there, but that front right along the western Arctic coast there with some light snow pushing into the central interior. Too much downslope off the Brooks Range there to put much in the way of any snow for the North Slope and the eastern Arctic coast. And again, all the rain held back to the west here as high pressure holds over the eastern Bering Sea. Lows for tonight anywhere from 25 to 40 below over the eastern interior, but south of the Alaska Range, anywhere from 20 below to 5 above for south central Alaska. Kuskokwim Valley, 15 to 25 below. And then single numbers out to the southwest coast, staying above freezing for the Pribilofs, 30s to lower 40s for the Aleutians, right around 21 for Kodiak. And for the southeast coast, much colder there, lows 10 to 15 degrees in the north, upper 20s to the south. Highs for tomorrow, 15 to 20 for the highs here for the northern southeast coast, mid to upper 30s down to the south, below zero again, central eastern interior areas, highs in the teens, south central Alaska, near 30 for Kodiak Island. Milder mid to upper 30s here, all the way up in toward Kotzebue there, with temperatures reaching the lower 30s for the western Arctic coast. And then for the lows on Wednesday morning, milder here, but still well below zero on the east side, anywhere from 15 to 30 below zero. 5 to 10 below in the central interior, much warmer out to the west, lower 30s for the Seward Peninsula, St. Lawrence Island, southwest coast, and in the 30s for the eastern Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula area, with lows, again, 5 to 15 for the northern Panhandle, upper 20s to the south, followed by highs in the lower to mid 30s now for the southern southeast coast, lower 20s to the north, and pushing up to zero or above here for even the eastern interior, milder into the central part of the state with more clouds. And again, that area of snow possibly moving in, teens and 20s there. And again, well into the 30s for the west coast and into the lower 40s for the Aleutians.